We asked video game enthusiasts if they noticed any rise in violent tendencies after playing video games, and what negative impacts they may have experienced. What follows are interviews and clips that were submitted to us. So what exactly is it that I'm talking about? Why don't you start with, what's it like being Sam's roommate? Oh, dude, it's fucking insufferable. I mean, it's like a 2-bedroom apartment, and he tore down one of the walls, one of the bedrooms, to have his game room. You should already know by now. I mean, the thing is, you know, you look at him and he seems like this person that, you know, couldn't hurt a fly. Yeah. But when you go to bed at night, it kind of crosses your mind like, could he? You know? I mean, so far, no one's been stupid enough to sell him any weapons, but it's not for a lack of effort on his part. It does kind of keep me up at night sometimes, like, one night, is something gonna go down? You know, every day something happens, and it's kind of like I tell myself, that's it, I'm moving out, you know, but then I lose that steam, and all I can do is feel sorry for the guy, and I end up staying again. Sam, what are we gonna do for supper tonight? You have something specific in mind? Don't even speak to me. Why are you giving me the cold shoulder? What's wrong now? I heard everything you said behind my back, Steve. They showed me the interview. Sam, this is the same stuff I tell you every day. You don't live in the Wild West. You're not a cowboy, Sam. You have modern clothes on. I'm not stupid, Steve. I know that. But you didn't have to make fun of me. I don't need your pity either. Fine. You want me to move out? Don't make me do it, Steve. Look, Sam, don't start your shit or I swear I'm gonna move out tonight. It can't be stopped. I'm warning you, Steve. What you gonna do, Sam? You gonna shoot me? You gonna kill me, Sam? Get ready to draw. I'm not gonna draw, Sam. I'm gonna move out. Is that what you want? I'm gonna pack my shit and move out. Oh, you got me. Oh, I should have listened. Oh, I should have listened to you, Sam. Oh, my eye! Oh. I did warn you.
What started this? Call of Duty started this. Once I unlocked the noob tube, I couldn't even use a gun anymore. I just constantly kept using the noob tube, and it was fun. Just killing people and pissing people off. Then I started knifing people. And once I got the ballistic knife, it was over. And then I wanted to knife people in real life. Every time I go to a grocery store, I just wanted to hide and just look for a knife to kill someone. It just was the game. I can't even be around kitchen knives without the urge of wanting to kill someone. What do I blame for this? It's Call of Duty.
Hello, my name is Jeff, and I run the channel Smash JT on YouTube. For the longest time, I've buried deep within my soul my PTSD I got as a child playing Duck Hunt. Shooting at the screen, killing those birds. That wasn't the scary part. That wasn't the nightmares. The dog laughing at me just ruined everything about my life. Every waking moment of every single day, I hear that laugh everywhere. There it is again now. I just want to shoot stuff when I hear that sound, and I continually hear it day after day after day. I wear shirts with guns on them. I feel like everyone in the world is out to get me, and every dog I walk by is laughing at me. And sometimes I just want it all to come to an end and silence everybody. I don't want the news media to know that this is the truth, that video games are where my anger stems from, that I truly do want to see pain in the whole world because of that laughing dog in Duck Hunt.
Hey everybody, Chris the Old Ass Retro Gamer here. If you've ever watched my channel, you'd know that I am obsessed with Mortal Kombat. Some would say a little too obsessed. And lately I've been trying to figure out why. And it's something that I think I've needed to get off my chest for the longest time, and that is that back when the game was first released in arcades, I was a sensitive young child, and I was never allowed to watch horror movies when I was a kid. I didn't get to watch them until I was in my teens. My parents absolutely forbade it, thinking that it would like break my brain. And they didn't think that I'd be seeing graphic stuff in an arcade of all places. So when I went into an arcade in my local mall to go and try and play some Street Fighter 2, if I could squeeze in there and get a couple of games in, there's this game called Mortal Kombat right next to it that was brand new, and I sat there watching it, and I saw somebody give someone an uppercut so hard that it killed them. And I think I need to go do something. I'll be back. Oh, look at that hipster walking the street. He's good for an uppercutting.
Hi, I'm Ken with the YouTube channel Move Over Kids, and let me tell you something, I want to be the best there ever was. I want to catch every single animal in the world. I am a huge Pokemon fan. For over 20 years, I have followed the Pokemon series, and you know what that means? That means I'm also trying to capture every single animal in real life. I have captured goats, I have captured sheep, I have captured dogs, cats, and alligators. And let me tell you something, it's tough, because there are doubters in this world that will say, hey, get out of my property. Hey, you can't bring that animal into the country. It's like, what the heck do they expect me to do? If I'm going to, it is my bequest to catch them all. I want to be the best there ever was. It's in the theme song, people, and there's no way I can do that unless I am able to capture every single animal. And I think it's unfair that when I try to train my Pokemon, my animals that I have captured, and people, they're randomly walking down the street, and I'm like, hey, I challenge you to a fight. They're like, I'm calling the cops, buddy. What's up with that? How do they expect to ever get good at training their Pokemon? They have an animal with them. I should be able to fight them whenever I want. And then I'm the bad guy. I'm the one in jail because I'm the one that have all these exotic animals, and I'm the hoarder. Whatever. Do you know how, and another thing, do you know how hard it is to get an alligator into a Pokeball? It's hard and messy.
No, easy. From that day on, I was tormented. The pain of what I witnessed, I could not get it out of my head no matter what I tried. Just reliving that moment over and over again. Tormented by those memories. What had video games done to me? I had become socially isolated, but I had one friend.
What's up, YouTube? It's me, your guy, Rockstar Belly here, with a brand new collab with Toploaded Gaming and many others. So I want to talk about Ninja Gaiden. This was an amazing game in the 8-bit era of the Nintendo Entertainment System. One of my favorite games of all time on that platform. Highly enjoyed it. Great gameplay, beautiful music, amazing time. Then we got to the final boss, Jack Yao. Form 1 was a pain. Form 2 was an even bigger pain. Form 3 can be just as big a pain if you don't know what you're doing. But here's the part about this that has bothered me and has triggered my PTSD. If you lose any part of this boss fight, they bring you back to the beginning of the level. Yes, 6-1. Not the beginning of the boss level, 6-1. You have to do it all over again. This has triggered me to be impatient in life. This has triggered me to get very angry in life. So if I'm doing something and I fail at it, it brings me back to this moment where it just triggered angry. It triggered frustration. It triggered a mean person. Somebody I never thought I had inside of me. See, I was just a little boy, peaceful, young, having a great time, and this game single-handedly turned me into a monster. Turned me into a monster at these moments like this. It's all Ninja Gaiden's for. It's all video games for.
Well, I guess it started when I was 5. I just started playing Mario Brothers on the Nintendo Entertainment System. I really liked that game, and at the time I was still playing outside. I was still doing things kids do, doing things that boys do, like being slightly aggressive, jumping on people. All seemed fine and innocent, and just boys will be boys. But when I turned 8 and I got Super Mario Bros. 3, and then I got a raccoon suit, that's when it all changed. As soon as I was in that raccoon suit, I just saw myself as Mario, and I had to go and do what Mario does. So I went outside, I spun my tail against walls, trying to cause damage, span my tail against people in green shirts or red shirts to send them flying down the street. And of course, well, what else does Mario do? But he also jumps on Goombas and Koopa Troopers. So I started jumping on people, or kicking them once I jumped on them if they were in a red or green shirt. Or I see a car go zooming down that's pure black. By God, I could swear I saw a bullet bill. Took a long time before I stopped that. But even today, if I see somebody in a red or a green shirt, that desire to jump on them and then kick them it's so strong.
Hello, yeah. My name is General Sauerkraut Sitzel, yeah. Adolf Hitler came up with this brilliant idea. He goes, alright, so you know how the Americans have been putting Coke inside of their Coke? So, well, what if we put mess inside of our eyes? If we can see into the future, if we put the mess inside of our eyes. And so Adolf Hitler went out into the future, and he played Wolfenstein, yeah. So that is why he come back after doing the mess in the eyes, and he find out that we can totally take over, Europe, if we don't mess with Russia and the Americans.
Now, personally, I think it's ridiculous. Science has continually debunked these claims, whether it be for books. You got On the Origin of Species that comes out from Darwin. Oh my God, that book's the devil! That book's the devil!
Blasphemer!
Then you got something as fucking calm as Kiss. Then you got something like Marilyn Manson, right? You got Mortal Kombat that comes out. You got Night Trap that comes out. And everybody's just, oh, what are we gonna do?
Oh, won't somebody please think of the children?
But continually, whether it's books, movies, music, science shuts all that shit down. The notion is ridiculous. That being said, we got a ton of feedback from other channels, so let's give that a listen.
How you guys doing? Johnny Juicy Box from the 8-Bit Vintendo YouTube channel. One of my favorite games when I was younger because it has an impact was when Rainbow Islands for the Nintendo, the NES. I broke my arm and it got me through the times when I broke my arm and stuff like that. But it's a good game. I like the game. Also, can you guys stop blaming stuff on video games, please? Because video games didn't make me kill anybody, huh? Take it easy.
How's it going, guys? CM Retro Gaming here. Trevor asked us to be on the channel to do this awesome collaboration on do video games make people violent? And the answer is no. And if we're willing to concede that, or say that video games are so influential that they cause people to be violent, then we also have to concede that they're influential and could cause people to do all kinds of crazy things. Take this game, for example. The greatest game ever made. Maybe. We've all played this game when we were young, when we were kids, when we were influential. I have never once thought I want to step on a turtle and kick it. Or have I ever gone hunting for any other critters or creatures? The notion that video games by themselves cause people to act out in violent ways is absolutely ridiculous.
This is Jason from Overthink Gaming reminding you that video games have never and will never cause violence.
Hey guys, my name is Jeff. Like I said in my clip, run the channel Smash JT on YouTube. I love Duck Hunt, lots of great memories on it, and no, it didn't encourage me to want to kill people just because I was pulling the trigger on a gun. That dog did annoy me, but this whole thing called rationalization and common sense took over in my life and said, you know what? This is just a game, and we're having fun with it. And I feel like the mass media at large could learn a thing or two from listening to people in this video about how ridiculous the notion is that video games have a direct correlation to violence in people's lives. Video games are an outlet, an escape from reality, and until people start understanding that who don't play video games, this argument and conversation is never going to get anywhere. Thank you so much, Trevor, for having me on your channel. Really appreciate it. And as always, you stay smashing.
I know you think that was a little over the top, but that's kind of what comes to mind when I hear people talking about violence in video games causing people to go out and do horrible things. I've played video games my whole life, and violence is naturally a part of video games. And I have never once had a thought to go out and do something horrible because of it. It's just ridiculous. It's a video game. It's escapism. I've also been watching horror movies for a very long time. I've never had the need or the urge to go out and do something horrible like I've seen in those movies. It's a crock, and it's just yet another attempt for lawmakers to throw the blame on something else instead of focusing on the real problem, which I think everybody knows what that is. And yeah, that's just my 2 cents on the topic. And whoever that guy was who said that there is no violence in Japan because there are no video games there really needs to go and get some fact-checking done before they open their mouth, because where do you think half the games in this country come from? Chris, the old-ass retro gamer, signing off.
Hi, my name is Ken. I've been gaming for 30 years now. Look, I'm getting sick and tired of politicians and the media for saying that if you play video games, then you are a violent person. How far-fetched is that? Is it so wrong for them to turn around and put the blame back on us? Look, I've been playing games for 30 years. Yeah, I played my fair share of violent video games, but I've never had any violent tendencies in me. I've never done any crime. I've never been into a fight in my entire life. And for them to say that it's a personal attack on me, honestly, it is. It's not who I am, and I'm just sick and tired of the politicians just trying to pass the buck. Thanks.
What's up, guys? So it's T-Belly here, and I just have to say, honestly, video games are not the issue. I am a gamer, a parent, a family man, a friend, a full-time working citizen, and I cannot sit here and blame video games for any issues that have to do with people's violence and triggering people. That's just my thoughts on this opinion. I'm all for gaming and having a good time. That's my thoughts on that. Cheers.
Hi, I'm Geeky from the Geeky N8 channel. Turning 32 this year, and I've never been violent. Video games have been a big part of my life since I was a kid, and they have never encouraged me to be violent. I happen to have depression and anxiety, and video games have been, throughout my life, a way of coping with this illness. They've been a way of coping through stressful times as well, where my parents going through divorce, my job issues, being temporarily homeless. Games have always been there to help me through. In addition to this, some great games have even been able to educate me in better ways to treat people and understand social aspects, because I've not been all that social. Video games that have multiplayer online features have allowed me to socialize with more people around the world than I've ever been able to do sitting at home. They allow me to find like-minded people, other geeks, and to realize that the bullying I was receiving for being a geek, I wasn't alone with that. I've been able to make great friends through gaming, and gaming is not the problem. It helps a lot of people.
Hey everybody, my name's Josh, also known as Mr. Lear 1, and all this talk about video games causing violence is really funny. If I remember correctly, back when I was about 9 years old, a video game by the name of Left 4 Dead 2 came out. That was my go-to, man. I would be listening to the Tripolar album by Sick Puppies and playing Left 4 Dead 2. Oh, also, I obsess over and binge watch a lot of Godzilla. You know that movie that they made because of the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki back in 1945? Yeah, that movie. That movie!
What's up? This is Desm101. I've been gaming for over 30 years, and I think it's ridiculous to say that video games cause violence in individuals. On my personal experience, they've had completely the opposite effect on me. I'm an extreme pacifist, and I totally avoid violence at all costs. I've never resorted to violence to solve anything in my life. And in fact, gaming has been such a positive influence on me. It was actually one of the things that led me to read my first book. And what was that? It was a book based on Ninja Gaiden, which is one of the favorite game series. And after that, I read a lot more books based on video games. So it's actually had a very positive effect on my life in that way and many others.
I want to thank each and every channel that participated in this thing. I had a blast making this, so thank you very much from the bottom of my heart, and that's gonna do it for me. Well, until next time, this is Trevor at Toploaded fucking Gaming.